was crazy. This weekend was a crazy experience, and I definitely enjoyed every second of it. I don't even know like where to start. I'm so excited. Oh, Mark the Badger, thank you very much. Welcome to Banana Bunch. Appreciate that. Ape Prime's in the chat. For the man, the myth, the legend. It's good to have you here, my friend. Yeah, it was something else, man. I went to CEO last year, again, repping a different team and a whole different situation. And, I got excited. I was, really hyped, even though I had no real reason to be for the players of that team. And this time, it was a whole different experience because I was with my team. And, there's things, these guys are great. My team, these guys I have out there right now are really, really good. But, they'll never understand how good it was to, walk up and, see them wearing the jacket, seeing them wearing the jersey. And I feel like, they seemed like they had a sense of pride in them. And that was great. I got to wear my jacket and walk around and just rep Ape Prime. I learned there's a couple things I want to definitely change on the jerseys moving forward. I definitely, I was looking at Hungry Box's jerseys and some of the real big orgs jerseys. And I do know I want to change our jersey. I don't know if I want to change the front too much, but the back and how the words are displayed and all that, I definitely think I'm going to be working on that soon. I just think it's I'm doing all of us a disservice with how small the names are, and I really wanted to have my phone dinging. I really wanted to have a what the hell was I gonna say? Shit. I really wanted to have Ape Prime Productions as the kind of overseeing body of this, so you actually see the Ape Prime Productions logo on the esports gear. But I actually am getting a little bit, yeah, man, get a shirt. If you're on the main page, it's down in the merch section. We got shirts like this. We got shirts with different patterns. Pick your poison. I was asked today to make tank tops. So I'm probably going to put a tank top in there for the Get Buff crowd who want to wear tank tops and rep A Prime. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to, in the next round of gear for the team, I think I'm going to change just slightly. You can attest that they're comfy as hell. Yeah, they are. The jackets are way warmer than I ever thought they'd be. I thought when I was buying them and we were designing them that they would be a little more thinner, kind of almost like windbreakers. But no, those things they're gonna be good in the winter. They're warm. Those are warm ass jackets. Yeah, it was just cool to see them repping that. I'm gonna probably adjust a little bit just to make sure that things are seen well. You forget that 90% of the audience is staring at the back of these players, and having a name there will be good. That's bigger. Having the actual esports brand name on the back will be better. Just because you want to make sure people, like I said, if somebody walked up to the back of one of the players and saw the little logo, they wouldn't actually know who the team was. But if you see the front logo, you could be like, oh, okay. And I think that's a mistake on my part, so I'm going to have to fix that in the future. But, all learned a lot during this run through. But a great experience through and through. So one of my main things I've learned, my goal in this is when I started the team, my number one thing was to support my players and to support them in any way possible to make sure they didn't have to think about anything besides playing. And if I learned anything, it's that for people who, some of these guys haven't been on teams before, they know people on teams, all that, but to learn is that I am very I want to give you whatever you need at all times. I just want to make sure you have what you need at all times. I'm going to constantly ask you because sometimes you don't want to say yes. And I think the guys are kind of iffy about having somebody get them stuff. But it's I think they have to kind of get past the idea that I'm not just there to buy stuff and make sure. My job is to support that team no matter what they need. They want water. They want a hand warmer. They want a pretzel. My job is to get it for them because their job is to come in and play the game. So if they do their job, I do mine. That's just how it's got to be. And I just really enjoyed any moment where I could, do what I could to make sure they were, prepared. I was in Jackson's stream the other day, which if you're in here, you should go and follow Jackson. I think he's Chris Jackson _ That's right, support and promote. That's why I think it's to be players first for these orgs. Now, obviously, I've got to figure out how to make money because I'm spending a lot of my own. But I think everything I do, every situation I have, has to be what provides them with the most, because they're the ones that are on the line all the time out there. They're the ones that have to provide results. And again, I'm learning a lot. I learned a lot through all of this. But again, if you should go follow Chris Jackson on Twitch. I think he's on right now. He's one of our players. Maybe Oswaldo will be on. I heard him say he's going to stream some game called Judgment. I don't know what the hell that is. But and then who knows if Goblin will be on. But yeah, it was a great experience all around. I can't, whatever. So to give you a rundown of the weekend, I actually thought it all started Friday, but to come to find out, it started Thursday. So all the guys got there Thursday, picked up their badges, and we showed up Friday right before Oswaldo started. He goes by Island Afternoon. And he did a phenomenal job. I mean, that was like the thing that, again, things that they don't realize but are big to me was they've won locals. They've played in locals, all that. For us as a team and a brand, Ape Prime Esports, he sat down at a huge tournament. He was the first one to play for this team, for this thing that I put together, and he won. And the fact that he won the first game, I mean, I will forever remember. And he doesn't, again, it's little things that maybe from him he doesn't think of it like that. But to me, it's important. It's like the very first game that somebody for a team that I'm trying to build sat down and won. And that was, I mean, I honestly, from that point on, anything else could have happened. And I'd have been like, cool, But he sat down and he won. And that's big. That's huge to me, That should be huge for him too. He actually was killing it for a little bit, but to go in and sit down and to have a win right away was like I couldn't have been happier. I could not. I was trying to keep it cool, and that's the funny thing too is a lot of people know me as being like very big and I talk but like for some reason when I'm walking around that convention center, when I'm walking around as the guy who owns the team, whatever, I feel like I got to be like quiet. And I got to like sit back and like, observe. And, I have that intimidating face where I sit there and, I don't smile. I don't smile. I don't nothing. I just kind of stare. And, but I feel like that's what I'm supposed to do. I feel like I have to be that guy because I really want everybody to kind of focus on them. But yeah, he got that win right out the gate. And that was a big thing for me. He started with Tekken and he ended up, he almost beat a big name at one point in time. But he ended up going 3-2. He didn't get out of pools. And then we get into our dude Jackson, Chris, and he came out. And I think he lost his first match. So it's like, but I'm already like, again, I'm already on cloud 9. The fact that we won our first. I mean, Oswaldo already had 3 wins in the name of Ape Prime Esports. Like that is better than you could ask for or hope for somebody who's just starting a team and really building everything. And I feel like, I've been doing a great job of promoting them as players and promoting the team, but it's like in the end it becomes on them to kind of, put forth the effort and do the best they can. And Oswaldo came out the gate swinging, and 3 wins under the name is phenomenal to me. It's a start. We are all just starting to work together, so I have no problems with that. And again, for them it's different because I think when we put the team together and all that, they all, my motto, and that's the truth, is that we don't come to play, we come to win. And I believe that, but we're not going to win every game. It's not going to happen. Not everybody wins every game. But the fact that we've got, 3, 6, 12, like 14 wins in the name of Ape Prime Esports already is pretty exciting for me. It's, I really dig that. But yeah, so as Jackson went out there and, from what he told me, he had a couple games where he was just playing people that he just not used to playing against because, all the guys he plays with are playing the meta of the game and they're playing the main characters that the top tier guys are going to end up using. But he was coming across all these guys he would never play against, and so he kind of felt a little underprepared for them. But again, I still think he did a great job. He ended up losing 1, going on a 3-win streak to come through the losers, and then just getting beat again. So he went 3-2 as well. And that was also the start of Goblin's run. And Goblin is around here known as a very, very good Super Smash Ultimate player. He plays the character Roy. And he, day one, just blasted through. You went 4-0. I think he was on the stream that day too. Again, it was cool to have, you know, a dude up on the stage rocking the Ape Prime, you know, jersey, repping the Ape Prime name, seeing Ape Prime up on the stream and all that. I mean, it's dope. It was dope, and he did his job, and he did work and went 4-0 day one. And then later on that night, Oswaldo came back again to do his DBZ run and did the same thing. Almost beat some very big names, but ended up going 3-2. So, you know, again, total, to be fair, it's funny is that total, I mean, he had almost as many wins as Goblin ended up with more losses. But, you know, he did good. He did a really, really good job. I can't say anything else besides that. Like, to them, they're probably like, oh, fuck, you know, like I lost, you know, I did some matches where I didn't do as well. But to me, I'm like, yo, y'all got wins in the name of Ape Prime, and you did a good job. On this is our first major, and we could have gone and did 0-2 for every person. Like some people went in there and did, but we didn't. And it's dope that we've got to do that. You know, it was dope that we had some wins and we beat people. And, you know, I love that, you know, Oswaldo knows the scene and knows a lot of people, and his excitement for the fighting game scene and the people he knows. Like, I love that about Oswaldo. I love that he loves everything about it. Same thing with Chris. Like, they just love the games. They love the structure. They love all of it. They love every aspect of those kind of things. And so then Goblin ended up going, and then into the next day we get into Saturday, and again Chris and Oswaldo are done by now, so we're into the next day, and Goblin comes out and loses his first one, and it sucked because it's like I feel like he lost some of his, like, you know, and you know, it's hard. You're trying to always figure out where the line draws. Now, I'm not their coach, you know, but I am the guy who owns the team that they're playing for, and it's hard to know how much I like try to get in and hype them up, and, you know, we're all still feeling each other out of how to, like, you know, come back and forth and talk to each other. I want to do a better job of, like, hyping them up. So while watching the games, I thought while having this team that, because this is how I would be if I was watching people I know play soccer, if I was watching people I know play as well. I get hyped. I'm so hyped normally. And for some reason, while I'm watching these guys, maybe it's because it's my team and I'm a little bit nervous for them too, I just sit there and stare. I just watch, you know, and I just get excited. Like, I'm just watching it. You know, I just feel like I would normally be a better, more hyped guy. And I don't know why I feel like I can't be. It's weird for me because I'm used to wanting to be the guy that, like, hypes up, and all that. I want to get to that point because I don't like this vibe that I kind of stand there and just watch without any kind of emotion, because I actually inside am like, it's like fireworks. I'm like so excited for these dudes, but I just feel like I got to be like the quiet one, you know. And what's interesting about that is Goblin is a part of the CFL around here, and that crew rolls deep as shit. And they are very, very animated, very loud, and it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch them get excited for every member of their, like, little area, and they support all of them. You know, they run out and they're yelling stuff and they're supporting stuff and they're cheering them on, and, you know, it's funny to me because, like, I'm sitting there. I'm technically on the team that Goblin plays for, but, like, they're pushing me out of the way so they can watch, and I'm like, it's cool because, I mean, they're being the loud hype one, so I don't really care. But it's interesting just to watch them all just go nuts. That was some of the fun stuff I saw was them just being hyped for everybody, you know, and talking so much shit. That CFL crew talks so much shit that it's no surprise that people do get, like, mad. You know what I mean? Like, they talk so much shit while people are playing, and it's fun. I loved every second of it. I think it's, you know, you got to learn to deal with that, a certain level of, like, a vocal aggression. But that brings up a thing that I'm very, very, like, you know, again, I don't compete. I'm not the one competing. But there's this thing that I've noticed since being a part of this, that, like, people love to crowd the people that are playing, you know, like, to, like, be right on top of them. And that's some shit that, like, would drive me up insane. Like, if I had a bunch of people, like, right here yelling and screaming while I'm trying to, like, focus on playing this game, like, maybe some people enjoy it, I don't know, but, like, they get, like, right on top of them while they're playing, you know, sitting in these, you know, little convention center chairs. And I've seen this at the locals and all that too. Like, these guys just sit on top of these other guys while they're playing. that's something, again, if I had my own thing or whatever, that's like a thing I would set up, is like a line that is not for people to cross while the other people are playing, because I feel like everybody should get a little bit of space. You know, I feel like that's just a thing. I feel like it's just something that I think would help the scene and help everybody else out, but maybe I'm wrong. You know, I'm new to it. So, but the fact that they just crowd like that is crazy to me. It's just so wild that they crowd like that. And I'm sure it's going to be like that forever. But, I mean, when they're on the stage, if you get to the main stage, all that, you're not crowded, you know. You have a crowd behind you, but you're not crowded. So, yeah, I don't know. That's something I'd like to see. I almost think, like, people should, when you're doing your training, something I would say to my guys if they ever, you know, talk about things that I think would help, would be to blast, especially if you're going to a major, would be to blast crowd noise while you're playing. Blast cheers, blast boos, blast normal ambient crowd noise. Chris told me that he doesn't even hear anything around him when he's playing, but I find that hard to believe too much because there's just so much going on. There's people walking everywhere. There's people on the other side of the game. There's a lot that can distract you for games that I assume need a good amount of focus. So, but yeah, that crowding thing, that is something that I'll never understand. That is definitely something I would change. If I started my own tournament, I would make it so that there's like a line that people could not cross. So also too with the watching Goblin thing is like, you know, I feel like I keep myself pretty fuck no, we have a watch party invite on the hood and yell at that's what I'm saying. Like, maybe that's what you got to train. You got to have them come over and just have people yelling at them, you know, just to kind of get that experience, because man, it's something you can't prepare for if you're not prepared for it. And but it's crazy to see, dude. It's like they're just yelling, and like I said, the CFL guys were talking so much shit to each other. Shut some bombs off. But what's funny now is that like I still consider myself young. I still feel young. I still feel like I understand a lot about, you know, culture. But like, man, I've never felt older than when I was standing in the crowd of the CFL kids, and they're just yelling inside jokes and things to Goblin, and they're making like, I don't know what the hell they were saying half the time, but they kept saying it over and over and over again. And I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is a reference to. I don't know what they're joking about. I don't know if it's from a show or a movie or a song, but these cats were just yelling shit I've never heard before over and over and over and over and over again. And so I'm like, man, I felt old. I felt like I am this older guy paying attention to these like young kids do their thing. It was weird because they were just yelling random shit. I think one of them was the Kawhi Leonard laugh. I think it's the one I finally picked up on. But the rest of this shit, I have no idea what the hell they were saying. But yeah, I just felt old. I did. It's the most old I felt in a while. Because I still feel like I'm just, you know, like anybody else, just, you know, I've just gotten older, but I still feel young. But that was weird. That was a strange experience for me, to feel like I was out of date. But I don't know how you can even prepare for that unless you're like in school with these kids, or like, you know, like they were just saying so much random shit. I don't know how to even express it. You know, I can't even remember half the things they were saying. But yeah, it was dope. And then so Goblin ends up losing that first one, so he's 4-1. He's in losers, and he goes on a 2-win streak tear. You know, again, something I don't know if this is a usual thing or not, because I'm new. I'm learning as I go. But like randomly, he got like a coach. There was just this guy that was his quote unquote coach. I don't know if that's like a thing for all the fighting game guys, but like some dude just showed up. I've never seen him, never heard of this guy, and all of a sudden he was now Goblin's coach. And I'm like, okay, well, if that's a thing, cool. But I didn't know that was a thing. I mean, I knew people coach. Like I've seen him jump on stage in other events, and I've seen him talk. But like to just have this random guy that I've now put this player on my team, and now I have some dude coaching him. I have no idea who the fuck he is. That was weird. That was the strangest experience to me. And I'm sure he's somebody that's well in the community. I'm sure people know who he is. I'm sure he's, you know, probably helped out a lot for Goblin. But it was a very weird thing to now have. I felt like I was boxed out, and this coach guy was just right on his shoulder talking about him. Or talking to him. I mean, he was giving information about the game. I don't know anything about Super Smash Ultimate. I don't even understand how the game people play that shit. That game is intense. I mean, I know enough about it to be dangerous, but not in a level that I can tell you what to look for in anybody, or, you know, build strategies for anybody. But like again, to have this kind of coach guy show up out of nowhere was weird to me. It was very, very strange. And then, so he ended up going, and, we got a lot of really good photos, a lot of good video. And then Steph got my favorite video, which on his 6th win, he popped off. I've never seen him get like excited in playing. He's a very chill kid. At least when I see him play, he's pretty chill. And to see him like pretty much pop off like that was pretty fun. It was fun to see him get excited and jump up. And I posted it on the Twitter. It was fun to see him get excited. And then he lost a heartbreaker on his way out to get. I think he got 25th out of 1,200. That's huge. I mean, it was expected. He's one of the best. He's really, really good. And I always take credit in the guy who he lost to ended up getting, I think, 4th, or maybe 6th, maybe 6th. I think it was 6th or 7th. It was Waddy. But I thought he was gonna. It was close. And but yeah, 25th is where he ended up. So total, I think we had like 14, 15 wins. We had a guy make 25th, which is really, really good. And I think all in all, it was an amazing experience. It was definitely something. It was a building block. I have a lot of stuff that I have to now, take with me and learn and move forward for the team and build some stuff for the team. On top of everything else, it's not like the team's the only thing I got going on. I still got my movies to finish. I still got my my other work that I'm doing. I still work with the people I work with. I still got my freelance. So it's like I have a lot. I'm doing a lot. But the thing that I know is that I know this team can grow to something bigger, and it's going to. I really, really feel it. Money's always going to be the issue, And it's funny because I don't need a whole lot to get going, for what they're doing, but it's going to be some investment for some time until we really get the attention of some good sponsors and investors to kind of really build the squad. But I feel good about it. I don't have a single bad thought about what happened over this weekend. And I told them today or this week, I was like, proud of them. I want to just take this week off for them, let them do their thing, and then we will reconvene next week and talk about what we want to do in the future. So, but yeah, that was the first outing of Ape Prime Esports, and I feel like it was successful.